Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it may be that you're watching this. It's Will back with Letters from God. If you did not know, it is indeed the 11th of September, 2021, and we remember here today the 20th anniversary of the attacks on both the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and the thwarted attack on the Capitol. Obviously, we know the story, Flight 93. Passengers fought back. Plane ended up crashing in a field outside of Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We all remember where we were on that day. We remember what we felt and what we thought, the disbelief, the confusion, the whys, possibly the tears, the fears. All of us, I'm sure, indeed have a story. I personally remember where I was quite clearly. In fact, I remember the day very vividly. I was in the United States Marine Corps stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I was outside inventorying some gear. One of my fellow Marines came out and informed me and the guys that I was with that there had been an attack on the Pentagon, that a bomb had gone off, is what he said. We told him to, in no uncertain terms, go away. We were doing real work. He insisted and he persisted. We made our way inside. We took one look at the screen, saw the smoldering Twin Towers in Manhattan, and the rest really was history. We went to lunch 30 minutes after that. Had been yelled at prior to that to stay off the internet the rest of the day. Went to lunch, saw on the TV hanging in the chow hall the Twin Towers fall, and then proceeded to work 4 days, I believe it was, without one bit of sleep, at least for the rest of the guys. For me personally, I got some sleep because I got sick. Didn't want to go home, but I guess I looked bad enough that they sent me home for one night. So I didn't sleep for 3 days, the rest of the platoon, 4 days. Nonetheless, I think for us as Christians today, I think that it can be a great comfort to know that while opinions about September 11th have changed, while the fabric of our culture has changed drastically, the God who is today was the same yesterday and will be the same tomorrow. Both Hebrews 13:8 and Malachi 3:6 bring that to the table for us, I think, in great clarity. Malachi 3:6 states this here. It states, "For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore you, O sons of Jacob, are not consumed." And Hebrews 13:8, speaking of Jesus Christ, who we know is God, states, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I think considering that we have a God who never changes, we also can then be sure that so too does the message of the gospel remain the same. Romans 3:23 states that all have fallen short of the glory of God. And being a God both holy and just, he is commanded, as we see and read in Matthew chapter 5, verse 48, that all be perfect as he is perfect. Though we as Christians know that there is an issue here. Genesis chapter 3 outlines it for us rather succinctly, as Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate of the fruit of the tree of knowledge and good and evil, plunging the world into sin and at enmity with God. But we know as believers, as followers of Jesus Christ, that God has offered his Son that we might find forgiveness, that we might find life in him. Now you might be wondering, well, what does this have to do with September 11th, 2001? I think it has quite a bit to do with September 11th, 2001. As we see approximately 3,000 people found their eternal destiny as they lost their physical lives on that day. And to be sure, there were many more after as a direct result of America's war on terror. Perhaps some of you may know not only some of the people who perished on the attacks on September 11th, 2001, but perhaps know people who have perished in America's conquests after that to defend the world against terrorism, okay? And so we remember the events of September 11th and what they mean for us personally and collectively. But I would like to encourage us as Christians to not pass up this opportunity to give thanks for the gift of eternal life that we have been given. And I encourage you, I encourage myself, I pray that that may motivate us to bring the kingdom to bear through our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, and the proclamation of the gospel to a world that is dying evermore by the day. Until next time, guys, God bless.